It's 8:30. Thank you very much to everybody for joining us, and welcome to this pre-departure press conference with Proteas captain Themba Bavuma. As usual, I'd like to remind everyone to please indicate on the chat panel if they would like to ask a question, and we can get started. Who'd like to go first? Anyone? Thank you, Ken. And then followed by Stuart.
Thanks, Sibakazi. Morning to you. Morning, Themba. I imagine you guys had a look at the Sri Lanka-India series, which looked quite interesting in terms of conditions. You're playing at the same venue. What are you guys expecting in terms of conditions over there?
Morning, Ken. Yeah, we did have a chance to have a look at what we possibly could come against. Some of us have played in Sri Lanka, so I guess from an experience point of view, we've got that on our side. We obviously expect conditions to be in their favor, far from what we used to hear back home. Conditions that will probably be suited to their slower bowlers, their spinners. So in terms of our preparation, we're trying to get that in order as much as we can. Yeah, and be accustomed to everything about Sri Lanka. I think the weather, the heat, is something that we can't exactly prepare for here in South Africa. So that, we'll have to leave it when we have those couple of days in Sri Lanka. But we expect a tough encounter, a tough challenge with Sri Lanka. They're a very strong outfit in their own conditions.
Stuart?
Hi, Sibakazi. Morning, Themba. Thank you. What are you expecting from yourselves, Themba? The one-day series in Ireland didn't go exactly according to plan. What are the sorts of things that, in this two-day camp that you guys have had now that you've addressed to try and improve on what you did in Ireland?
Morning, Stuart. Yeah, I think going to Sri Lanka, there's an opportunity, there's a challenge for us to be successful in those conditions, and that's what we'll be looking to do. In terms of our preparations, it's to try and acquaint ourselves to those type of conditions, challenges as much as we can, so that when we get to Sri Lanka, we can play the best type of cricket in those conditions. Sri Lanka, I think, in Ireland, I wouldn't say it was a complete failure for us. We didn't lose the series, albeit we didn't win it 3-0, and I'm sure everyone would have been expecting that. Yeah, I think the main thing for us is to go to Sri Lanka and be successful in those conditions.
Dennis?
How's it, Themba? I was just wondering if you guys had a chance to listen to and read some of the testimony that's been given at the SJN hearings. And have you guys had a chance to speak about that? And what are your thoughts about everything that's happened there?
Morning, Dennis. Yeah, look, obviously, everything that has been spoken of, or most of what's been spoken about in the SJN, those conversations have been flowing around within the team. And I think, the large majority of the guys welcome the initiative of the SJN and understand its necessity in terms of allowing guys, current and former guys, to speak about their experiences in the past. For us effectively to be able to learn from those experiences, those mistakes by certain individuals, which can help us pave the way forward. And I think that's what we've taken it out as players. I think as players now, in this area, we've got an opportunity to shape the team, to shape the environment in the way that we'd like, so that down the line, we don't look back and say, we could have done things in a different way. So yeah, most of the guys are following the SNJ with passion, and we look forward to the good of it that is happening.
Dennis, you can follow up.
You just said that you guys, you don't want to sort of repeat the mistakes of the past, but in your experience, I mean, we've heard a lot of players saying that they felt excluded from the side, and so do you think that those sort of things got better with time? Is there now a sort of a team environment where everybody feels welcome?
Yeah, I believe so. I think, I mean, if I compare, I mean, now it's 2021, things are very different to the early 2000s. Whether you look at it from an exclusivity point of view, you look at it in terms of guys walking into the team and feeling a lot more comfortable. I can think of when I joined the team in around 2014 or so. It wasn't a big struggle. So I'd really like to think that things are different now than they were in the past. In saying that, there's always good in looking at the past and seeing how best we can do things.
Thanks, and then we'll follow up with Aditya and then Telford.
Morning, Temba. Hope you're well. Just back on the tour. I know each tour is basically a start on a blank page and stuff, but you guys must feel rather confident, or at least to an extent emboldened by the fact that you guys have won 2 consecutive ODI series in Sri Lanka. I mean, I suppose history does sometimes help as well, even if it's just a bit of a boost. Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said, playing in Sri Lanka, we know is not an easy task. Whether it be red ball, whether it be white ball cricket. So we'll take a lot of confidence in the fact that, as a team, we've had success in Sri Lanka. I think it'll be important for this group to understand why is it that we were able to get the positive results and make sure that we replicate those type of performances going forward. Obviously for us with this group, I know it's just a one-day series, but it is part of our build up to the World Cup in terms of building that confidence and mastering our style of play.
Aditya, Telford, Fidos, and then we'll finish with Zahir.
Hi, Temba. It's quite obvious that Sri Lanka is going to be trial by spin in a lot of ways. And do you think that this is perfect preparation for you, given that conditions in the UAE are likely to be quite spinner friendly?
Morning. Yeah, I definitely believe so. It is ideal for us to be put in that type of pressure, especially the batters. I think if I look at our performances of late, the bowling group has been very good. Bowling group has been stretched and they've adapted accordingly. And I think now the batters are also going to be put into that space where they're going to really have to test their skills and, like I said, adapt accordingly. And obviously looking forward at Dubai, where we expect conditions to be similar to Sri Lanka, where they'll favor the slower bowlers, the spinners. It'll be good preparation, good bit of experience from us to gain.
Telford?
How's it, Temba? Good morning. On your answer to Tinsa's question about the SJN a little earlier, you said the majority of the guys in the team are in favor of the SJN. Does that mean you know of guys who are against the SJN?
No, not necessarily. I think in the conversations, the informal conversations that have been had, that's the sense that I've picked up. I don't think anyone within our team is shooting down the whole SJN initiative. I think everyone understands the significance of it. So no, in the conversations that I've had, everyone has been positive about it.
Hi, Temba. Temba, just to follow up on these couple of questions, do you find that the SJN is having an impact on just mindset? I mean, we know, for example, people involved in the setup now have been named and are expected to respond. Just what's the feeling like amongst management and yourselves?
Yeah, I think, morning, first of all, for those, I think, look, I'd be lying if I said that it didn't have an impact on us as a team.
I think, I mean, it's publicly known that members of the team have been named in the SJN and in the testimonies. I mean, our coach Mark BOUCHER, he's addressed us as a team. Speaking to, I guess, the accusations against him, he provided clarity and context, and I think it was more about just keeping the guys within his confidence and comfort. So I mean, as much as we operate as a team and we try to control everything that's within our circle, you know, those type of matters do come within the team. And for us, you know, it's important that we deal with it internally, ask whatever hard questions that we need to ask of each other, to make sure that we can keep growing within the team.
Zahir?
Hi, Temba. Just in regards to go back to the questions regarding spin, the way your spinners have gone over the last couple of years. I mean, you've got a potent spin attack. Would you say that you're possibly going there with your strongest spin attack, and could even conditions considering you could actually be favorites in Sri Lanka?
Also, Zahir, yeah, I definitely have a lot of confidence in the spin. I mean, obviously, you've got a guy like Shamsi, who's topping the rankings in the T20 stuff at the moment. So he's flying high on confidence. We've got Kesh as well. We know what quality he is. You know, so I mean, with those two spinners, you know, I believe that we can really more than just compete. We can really dominate in those conditions, and that's not forgetting having guys like Bjorn. Having guys like George Linder as well in our resources. So yeah, I think with those spinners, you know, we can really be confident.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Zahir. There's one more question. I'm not 100% sure who the person is. His name is my IG. We had indicated that
it's Ongama.
It's who? Sorry.
It's Ongama Sispokazi.
Okay, Ongana. We had indicated that Zahir would be the last question, so if you can make yours really quick, we'll be able to accommodate you.
Okay. Thank you, Spokazi. Temba, I just want to ask, like, as a leader, with everything that's been said in the SJN hearings, what type of culture are you trying to develop within the team? You know, after you're related to where you're about, you know, past captains, you know that you're trying to make sure that team based going forward, to make sure that everything that's been happening doesn't happen going forward in the future as a leader.
Thanks, Ongama. Yeah, I think, I mean, in the SJN, you know, a lot's been said. And I think for me, you know, the biggest take is that, you know, you want to create an environment that allows guys to have a strong sense of belonging, that allows guys to be themselves, and effectively be able to express themselves. I think there has to be that acceptance. Yogubana, we all have different backgrounds, which in turn shapes our perspectives. And I think being able to put all of that together and have a space where guys can express themselves, can express their beliefs, you know, I think is something that I'd like to leave behind within this team. And I think it starts with having those hard conversations, you know, whether those conversations stem from happenings from outside of the team, but we need to have those. We are having those hard conversations as a team. We are putting each other, you know, in uncomfortable spaces, positions of vulnerability, so that not so that we can expose each other, but just to find a better way going forward.
Thanks very much, everyone. That's it from Temba. I just have one announcement to make, a team update, if you will. Junior Dala and Charles Lagerfeld tested positive for COVID a couple of weeks ago during one of our random testings, and they will not be able to travel to Sri Lanka. They are currently negative. They have had testings done and they are negative at the moment. But unfortunately, the Sri Lankan government does have a stipulation that anyone who travels to Sri Lanka at this stage needs to have had negative results for 21 days at least. So they won't be able to travel. Luto Sipamla has replaced Junior Dala, and Charles Lagerfeld has been replaced by Mandla Mashimbi. Justin Salmons is traveling with the team as well as a batting consultant. And yeah, that's the update from the team. If anybody has any follow-up questions in terms of medical, please contact me directly and I will direct you guys to Dr. Mandra. Are there any questions? We'll take like 1 or 2 quick questions on that. Otherwise, please text me directly or call me and I'll be able to respond to you immediately. Temba just has a meeting to go to now. Thank you very much. We'll close with that. Have a fantastic day, everyone. And as I said, I'm more than available for you guys if you have any follow-up questions. Keep well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sipakazi. Go well. Thanks, Temba. Good luck.
Thank you.